Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today's devotion, which is entitled The Lure of Materialism. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4 reads, "No soldier in active service entangles himself in the affairs of everyday life, so that he may please the one who enlisted him as a soldier." And when they speak of soldiers, the writer of 2 Timothy is talking about us as Christians. We are soldiers for Christ. We all have to deal with money. We have to earn it to take care of our needs. We have to put some aside for the future, as Proverbs says. But materialism, a love of money, can become a detour in this race of the Christian life. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5 says, "Make sure that your character is free from the love of money, being content with what you have." And Paul warned Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10, "The love of money is a root of all sorts of evil, and some, by longing for it, have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs." The love of money has the power to lure you off track and distract you in your relationship with God. Now, do not fall into the trap of thinking only rich people suffer from materialism. The folks to whom the book of Hebrews was addressed had lost everything because they had followed Jesus Christ. Yet they needed to hear these words. Those who are poor can be just as materialistic as those who are rich by believing that money is the answer to all their problems. Materialism is a universal problem. How do you keep materialism from getting you off track? 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 4, Paul wrote, "No soldier in active service entangles himself in the affairs of everyday life, so that he might please the one who enlisted him as a soldier." Money is one of those affairs of everyday life that we all have to deal with. But the writer of Hebrews was saying, do not get entangled with money, that it trips you up. In other words, do not let money become your focus. One way Christians get entangled with money is by becoming slaves to debt. Consumer debt is a major problem among all Americans, including Christians. I was reading recently that the average American has more than $5,000 in credit card debt. Last year, the average credit card interest rate was around 16%. That means if you are an average American with $5,000 of debt and you pay off 100 of that debt every month, it would take you almost 7 years to clear that debt. And at the end of 7 years, you have spent $3,300 on the interest in addition to the $5,000 on the principal. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, "The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower becomes the lender's slave." That is what debt does. It entangles you. It restricts you. It ties you up in knots. Stay away from the lure of materialism by avoiding entanglements with money. Me, myself, I'm on disability, so you can imagine I don't get a lot of money, but I'm always thankful, and I do give God thanks for my money. And to tell the truth, I I've gone a long time without paying my tithes, which is a commandment of the Lord. But I've recently started back paying tithes to the church I am a member of. And I feel like the Lord is blessing me because I'm doing that. Now, everybody has something they want. And I personally have everything I could ever want. But I don't let the material things overrule what I do for the Lord. I always take time to read the Bible every day, cut the TV off, cut my games off, everything. Because the Lord has blessed me, I want to bless Him back and do His will and read His Word on a daily basis. I hope that helps somebody today. Like I said, it's hard sometimes. You don't have a lot of money. Sometimes you worry, am I going to have the money for this bill or that bill? Put it in the hands of God. And I guarantee you, if you do that, God will hear you and help you with your money situation. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and I hope that you're getting something out of these devotions. And I pray for each and every one of you out there. May God bless you all is my prayer. And amen.